3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So basically, I'm going to be doing the best that we can do with this game so far, which is get the neutral ending. You can trigger the credits in this game pretty easily. So a bad ending run would, I can't remember what that exactly that involved. First, we're required to introduce ourselves to everybody. So that's what I'm doing here. But the good ending, as you might have been listening to earlier, as I was talking during the GB run, the good ending, we think is behind a 10K ship count, which is pretty brutal. And that would be brutal even if there was a duplication glitch that we knew of, but we don't. So the neutral ending, rather, is here we've told her we want a cat. I like cats better than dogs. Grandpa gives us... Wait, what? Oh, you get the one way. So that is still faster. Okay, that's crazy. I just had a weird... Okay. Okay, I can explain that in a sec anyway. Basically, we're going to be sleeping at first. So, like a lot, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so the neutral ending is only 100. So I could just do 100 shipped, but to make it a little bit more interesting, okay, so he's going to give me 1,000 for my birthday, so I'll explain that in a sec. I'm not a joke. We are going to be sleeping until the next year, but it'll only take about another 6 minutes, so it's not too bad. Could just do 100 shipped and call that the category neutral ending, I guess, but instead I call it almost all photos, just because the good ending is one of the photos. So you have a photo album similar to HM4. That you can see in the library. So there's only a few photos. Okay, I have them listed here. Cherry blossom viewing, moon viewing, harvest festival, snowball fight, horse race, and birthday. So I just got the birthday. So you literally have to do nothing for that photo at all, because you'll always pass your birthday at least once. And you have 3 years to do all this before the evaluation that would lead you to the credits or to whatever ending you're going to get. And then, like I said, the good ending is one of the photos. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7 photos, I guess. Yeah. Okay. I guess there's 7 photos. Anyway, so what I just noticed there was, it's actually kind of bad. So normally I set my birthday to the 1st of spring because, as you noticed in a lot of earlier Harvest Moon games, the first day of the game is not the 1st of spring. It's usually the 2nd of spring. So since there's a little cutscene that plays, like you saw there, the mayor can't get a which is kind of nice. But it's a little cutscene, so it costs time. So since you're required to play through 3 years, that would be 3 birthdays. But if you set your birthday to spring 1, you skip your birthday for the first year. Actually, I think it's not. I think the first day of the game is the 1st in this game. It's just that you use the whole day introducing yourself to everybody, and then you always go to sleep at the end of that day. Or maybe you can decline to go to sleep. I'm not actually sure, but I always just go to sleep because you're meant to sleep here anyway. But so I need a little bit of leeway on the money because I want to buy more grass than I would in a YOLO route, which I can explain a bit later because you do need some grass. So I thought, okay, rather than skip my birthday on the first year, I'll set my birthday to the third, because like I was saying, so you would skip your birthday on the first year to save time because you skipped that little cutscene with the mayor. So you'd set your birthday to the first, and then since you're doing all the introductions on the first, you don't actually meet the mayor doesn't come. So that's the fastest strat in general normally. But I thought, I'll set it for the third because then I'll get an extra 1,000. But then what I just noticed was normally after you do actions, when you talk to Grandpa, which is really weird, he's dead, but he's like an angel or a ghost or something. So he actually walks around the town if you look in this game for some reason. He looks the same as he does in GB1, except he just actually has a kind of an in-world sprite, and you can talk to him as an NPC character. Anyway, what I noticed is normally after the introductions during runs I've done or attempts I've done, he gives you 1,000 gold. Well, now I'm realizing I just wasn't reading the Japanese very closely. He's giving you 1,000 gold for your birthday. So if your birthday is the first, they built it in so that you couldn't lose the 1,000 gold from your birthday if you set your birthday to first spring, which is the default option anyway, if you just mashed through the intro. So what I'm saying is it's kind of bad. It's still fastest not to set your birthday. Or I'm sorry, it's still fastest to set your birthday to the first because it's still faster for Grandpa to give you the money on that day instead of getting the cutscene with the mayor. Except now I don't get an extra 1,000 gold, which means now I have to use whatever money I get. Well, whatever money I already have, I'm not going to be able to extra. I am going to buy more. I'm going to need to play it. I may need to reset for some RNG because, which is okay. I mean, we have plenty of time to work with, but anyway, so I guess getting into the bulk of it, seems like actually a lot of you have played this game. I never played this game as a kid, but I just kind of got GB1 was a bit too much for me to tackle, and Jesus was kind of handling that, and I thought I'd do. We wanted to do this GB block for the marathon for at least the last year. We'd been talking about it. Would have liked to do the 100% or proper good ending in this, but it's just a bit too daunting yet. But this is a neat little category. It's kind of cute. The thing is, it's pretty much all sleeping, and a little bit of shipping. Luckily, nothing like the egg dupe, so it'll be tolerable. So we sleep until we get the horse here. We're just gonna name him and the nice thing is that pretty much all the events, like this is pure autopilot. I don't need to check what day it is because it always brings. So now I'm gonna literally sleep till the horse race. And so in getting these photos, they're kind of simple. I mean, it's kind of like I guess I made a comment earlier. GB run simple as just kind of, you just kind of. I mean, it's like this in all the early Harvest Moon. It's just the graphics are so much simpler in this game that it's literally just you and a few NPCs in the town square, and okay, that's the whole event. So. So that's a lot of this. I mean, you just kind of go to the town square on the day that you need to, participate in whatever event, you get the photo. But a couple of them, I mean, you need to, for example, you do need to win the horse race once, so we'll be doing that. That's actually the main, execution in the run, if you will. Actually kind of difficult. Oh, and this is another thing me and Desert have talked about. This is the fall theme. Tell me if this sounds like a fall theme or a winter theme, and then listen to the winter theme, and tell me what you think of that. Because this sounds like a winter theme, and the winter theme sounds like, in my opinion, the winter theme sounds like it could almost be a spring theme. wanted. I don't know about that. But my mic audio, yeah. Am I too quiet? Oh, it's just because it went up to. Okay, see, so this is the demo on the tech. I'm sure he'll sort it out. I can turn my game audio down too. I mean, I don't mind taking a seconds just to turn it down. I was just sleeping anyway, so I'm trying to sit as close to my mic as I can, but. Yeah, it's up to you guys. If you think it's fine, then it's fine. Relatively. It sounds like spring to me. That sounds like it could be. It's a little slower. I can see where they were going with it, but normally the winter themes kind of. Normally I feel like the fall themes give this sort of vibe of like trying to prepare things before winter comes and everything dies, kind of like, you know, tie up loose ends. And so it's kind of actually a little bit, almost a little kind of energetic. And then winter theme is usually like, you know, death and destruction. These are just kind of random events. That does nothing. She just cake. Yeah, it's kind of a sort of more not holiday, but kind of just sort of a, you know, kind of. He's got us. There we go. No, it's okay. This is live feedback. Let me just make sure I don't mess anything up. So I am sleeping until, yeah, it's year 2 horse. You have no game audio? What? What? No, you have to have game audio. Okay, so now we're spring. Okay, so my birthday again. So Penguin, you can tell me what you think about the horse race, but I have done it like I did a run screwed on the horse race, and I'm pretty sure now that you're not supposed to possible. It seems like their pace, the other horse's pace, it depends on how fast you're moving too. So it's a really weird. I'm really not sure how you're supposed to do it. I'll definitely get it within a few tries here. I have plenty of time to get it, but it's just like, hey, you know what? I'm cool with whatever audio balance. I'm sure you got it all. It's weird. I'll show you. I mean, if I lose a couple, and this is and ask you if you want what to do. You won't listen to the rule. So this is just mash A and B, and I'll try mashing as fast as possible. We'll see if I can win. So I'm a bad matcher, but this is me going as hard as possible. I think I lost. Yeah, second place. So you can see it's like, so now I'll try it once more mashing. And then we'll try and do it. It's almost like you kind of got to just go at an even pace and then try and catch up. How, see, now all of a sudden, what the hell, I'm getting that. Alright, well, I guess we won't get to try it again. That was just... So this is the main money that you get, basically. Okay, I'm gonna have to pay attention to the day, but now this is where we get in gameplay, basically. So a lot of the routing, I mean, the routing of this is very simple. A lot of the routing is just timing your shopping trip, which you really only have one shopping trip, with the same. Yeah, it's like Canary Mary. Yeah, it's like yeah. It would remind you of Canary Mary, yeah. From BT. It's just basically timing your shopping trip with a day that you need to go to. I just want to make sure I don't miss it. That you need to go to the. Also, this game uses Kana for the seasons. I forgot. So you actually do kind of have to be able to read Kana. So I need to go here anyway for a festival. This festival, you literally just have to enter and exit. This is the and you just have to enter and exit the square, and you get the. I'm gonna do 8. I really want to do more, but. Wait, no. Yeah. I also need to buy milker, fishing pole, and saddle. So we'll be using the saddle, and I'll. This is also the next bit. Well, there's a fair bit of RNG, but this is one of the main bits of RNG. Although I've gotten it every. And as I also explained earlier, you're empty. So you rather than swapping between them, you want to, since it takes so long to swap. Also, you can only swap it. I have to go all the way again, and I have 4 tools in my inventory. You start with 4 tools, and also you can't deposit tools. You can only swap tools. So the only way to reduce your inventory of tools is actually to use seeds and then run out of them. So then you would have an empty inventory or an empty tool slot, right? So I pick all the weeds first rather than swapping between tools. Yo, thanks for the luck. Damn it. Thanks for the luck. Mad test. And Jesus. So anyway, so another thing you notice here is that we actually have this plot of land behind the barn, and this is where you're meant to let your cows out, and you're required to have 50 tiles of grass and 50 fodder in your silo. I don't think I need to smash these. In order to even be able to buy a cow. And it can't just be grass anywhere. It can't be on your. So that's one kind of confusing for people. He'll tell you need to plant more grass, and you can plant grass. If you try and buy a cow and you don't have this, he'll tell you you need to buy, or you need to plant more grass, and you'll keep doing it, and you'll be like, okay, why? Because you can plant grass out here. It's not going to stop you from doing it. It's just that it doesn't count towards that. So we need one power berry for the ending, as mentioned. So it's shipped in one power berry. And I think the only power berry you can easily obtain is the random one in your field. I seem to always get it after like 40, or not 40. How many would it be? I'm not sure exactly, but after, near the end of this. So I'll be tilling 8 times, I'm going to plant 8 squares of grass, or 8 bags, which is 8 times 9 is 72. So I'll end up, I usually then get it, I feel like near the 60th swing or so, near the end. And I've gotten it every single attempt I've done, so hopefully we don't get bad luck here. Otherwise we have to grind later for it, which isn't a problem. I mean, we can always do that, but that's 6. Hammer. So we're going to swap these out for the fishing and grassy. I don't remember what it defaults to. Okay, so it stays equipped. It would be nice if we got it, like right about now. But if we don't, then I'm just gonna have to grind for it. There we go. See, I always get it. Hey, Deca. So that's good. So that's our power berry sorted. Then we will plant our seeds. Just don't want to miss, because we do need as many as we can manage. We need that 50. Like I said, you can't just have 50 fodder. You have to have 50 total tiles of grass growing. They don't have to be fully grown. They just have to be, growing. So I'm planting 8. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fish for about 30. So this is basically, this is the shipping strat. Because you don't have an inventory in the GB games, it means that, dang it. It means that anything that you ship, you have to literally run. You have to take it from wherever you got it and walk it over to the shipping. You can't put it in your pocket. So, and obviously if you try and put it down, you'll it. So it's actually extremely inconvenient when you think about it. And but crucially, the horse has a nifty item on it called the saddle, and that has a shipping, essentially it's a shipping bin. So that means that for the shipping, what we're going to do is we are going to have our horse down here and just ship. So it's honestly a real pain. Now the other pain about the horse is that sometimes you same tool button, or your fish button in this case. Okay, that's actually not good. That's 3. You will sometimes accidentally. Oh, maybe you can just get him stuck there. Oh, new strat discovered. I've never tried that before. Of course, he can still walk up, but I'm thinking there's a way to like get him stuck, because you can kind of like mount him in such a way. I think that's well. I'm gonna definitely overdo it, just like Jesus, but no. I got 5 so far. You can mount him in such a way that he kind of gets pushed into and kind of stuck in one of the, whether it's weed or a rock or something like that. 8. So I've been wondering if there's a way that you can just stuck. He seems to break with the setups that I've used, so it's kind of hard to say. I'm not sure. You actually might be able to just put a rock. Actually, I'm gonna try this. No, dude. I think I've done like 10 now. I'm gonna try this. This is on the fly. What did that? I mean, are we seeing this? Because look at this. So if I just do this, yeah, haha. Live strats. Okay, I've never done this before. So I think it's like 12 or 13. Oh no, I missed it there. You saw that. So this is not totally consistent. I don't like this. We'll call it 15 so far. I am gonna overdo it. It looks like it's very dependent on his position. And like I was saying, so he can just run at you. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, we're giving up on this strat, whatever. It's fine. I'm just gonna move him up here. But the annoying thing is when he kind of runs at you, because his movement, and then so when he's running at you, he'll get stuck on you because he's trying to go left. And keeping in mind, I'm trying to trap him down here because if he runs away from me, then all of a sudden it doesn't matter that he's a shipping bin, because I'm losing just as much time chasing him down as I would be. I'm really losing count here, but I know there's got to be a way to set him up so that he can't get away, but I just haven't done enough investigation of it yet. So I'm going to call that 18. We need 100, like I said, and we're not going to do most of our shipping. We're going to do on a different day. I'm going to use. You kind of need 2 days to do it, but there's one day that you need to wait till almost sundown. So actually past sundown. So I'm going to call that 21, 22. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I'm actually going to go till 40 just to be absolutely. Yeah, I'm not sure what the whistle button is actually, if there is one, or there'd have to be a button combination. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Ah, damn it. Okay. I was trying to skip that, obviously. That was the... Okay, so now we kind of have to watch ourselves here. So we need that grass, and summer you can get, obviously, summer is and most Harvest Moon games where you get big storms that will actually take out whether it's crops or grass or whatever. So I planted 8 tiles or eight bags, which is 72 tiles, which is 22 more than I need, which means I can afford to lose 22. And I like have half a mind to just not save for all of summer because I have actually, I'm telling you, I've gotten screwed and lost a lot of grass before. You know, I'm pretty sure it takes multiple typhoons, so if I get one, maybe then I can stop. But I just really, I'm sketched out by this, and if I don't get the cow on time, then I can't do Harvest Festival, which is what I need it for. So I'm kind of playing with fire here, but I think I'm gonna stop saving after, what day is it? 9. Yeah, I'm gonna. But what am I gonna do? Reset over a typhoon? I just don't think. There we have it. Let me actually just see this. This is kind of on the fly testing. I know I have time to work with, so I am just kind of being. This is not gonna be record or anything like that. I just need this to work. I don't. How many did I lose? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, I already lost 9. You see what I'm saying? So that's half of how many I can lose. So I'm just not going to save for the rest of the season and just. This is just so sketchy. Dude, hello? I could buy the cow now. I could just buy the. Yeah, that's the alternative. Is just buy the cow. The latest I can buy the cow. I would just end up taking care of the cow longer. Why don't I just do that? Yeah, what day is it? I'll probably buy them on like, I don't know, 20 or something like that. What is it now? 19, yeah. I guess I'll just keep doing this until I get a. The other kind of weird thing is that I think you have like 55. I think if you have one power berry, which is what you need, then you have one, then you have like 55 stamina or something like that. I'll double check tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll do the cow. Actually, I don't know what day he's closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I'm good, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do this then. 2, 3, 4, 5. I can afford to miss a few, but I'll run out 7 if I miss too many. 8, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 2, 3, 44, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I can double check, but I think I got. So we'll see if our boy's open today. I don't know if he is or not, because I don't know what day it is. But I'm just buying it early just because I don't want to play around with summer. Oh no, but then, well, yeah, but then, well, that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter, because I can just, yeah, I was gonna say if I get a typhoon, but he shouldn't get sick. He's not gonna get sick after a day. By the brush as well. I still am not totally clear on the milk. Obviously I'm getting the cow full. Well, that's not obvious. I could be getting, but I am getting it. And it seems like you just need to brush the cow for of the day you need to milk it, because obviously it won't produce milk if you didn't. Well, sometimes I've got it to produce milk, I think, even if I was just feeding it. So of course, you know, another thing is you would. This is thing I feel, you know, proper good run would just YOLO the cow, because it's not gonna get sick right away. And it's obviously slow to go feeding it, but unfortunately I bought it quite early, but I'm telling you, I've even 9 tiles, which is, you know, 80, that's 81, or 9 bags, which is 81 tiles, and I have lost, and because I try and buy it as late as possible, because you just want it to, essentially you want it to mature the very day that you need the milk, right? So that you can just milk it on that one day and then and then you're taking care of it for as few days as possible. And you just need one thing of milk. You know, it's not for happiness or anything like that. And you want to plant the grass. Well, I could plant the grass. Well, no, it doesn't really matter. Well, I suppose I could plant it late in summer. Yeah, I should probably be doing that, but just to give yourself less of a chance. But I'm pretty sure I lost. Even in just 2 typhoons, I lost, you know, over 31. It would be over 31. Yeah, I'm glad to provide the chill classic HM. This is not, you know, from a casual perspective, if you're telling people, someone who's never played Harvest Moon, hey, what Harvest Moon game should, not gonna probably, but at the same time, you know, back in the day, these old Harvest Moon games were kind of, you know, the only ones we had to play, and you know, ain't no Stardew Valley, but it's and I don't even really like Stardew Valley. I'm not a Stardew, but it's super chill. Okay, so we do need to look out, because one of our days that we need to do to get a photo is fall 10, and that's the day that we're gonna be getting the rest of our fish. So you have to wait until 9 p.m. on that day. 6. And it is, you can get quite a lot of fish, but depending on RNG, I've found you can really only rely on maybe 70, and even then you could get bad RNG and not get that many throughout the day. So you know, that's why I got about 40 the other day, and so that way I know I should get to the full 100. So it's just useful to obviously spend that day. What is it now? The 8th. Okay, just making sure. Can't miss it. Ugh. I'm tripping. I'm forgetting again. It's a 9. Yeah, 9, right? Jeez. Okay, so then tomorrow. Now we'll do the rest of our fishing. So now I do need to kind of count just to make absolute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, did I just count 8? No, I think it's 10. Whatever. It's okay. I have all day to do this. I'm not losing. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, Yo, peace out, Lena. Thanks for chilling. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I know it's just Harvest Moon speedrunning, but great community, fun games. It's only 3 p.m. when it gets dark like that, or when it's... So it's actually really good on time, honestly. 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Okay, the rest of this is kind of gravy. I should have the 100 now. You can still enjoy the games. I play these games because I'm a depressed piece of shit. Great games. Relaxing. Chill. Yeah, that is not easy. And when that happens, I suppose, holing up in your room playing Harvest Moon. Yeah. I feel that. One thing you'll notice too is that, especially early on, 6 p.m. Okay, early on in the fishing, this is all just I'm just getting extra just to. I know I have until 9 p.m. anyway, so I have to wait. The first few fish I caught, it would display 2 text boxes, and that's because it's telling I think it's just the English version actually that added. Desert could correct me on this. I think it's just the English version that had photos, separate photo albums in the library for fish and insects, because it's not just large and small fish, large, small, and medium fish, although that's what they ship for, but they all actually are within each class. There's different species of fish, and there's a picture that goes with it in the album. That would be a whole different category, and that would be very hard because some of them are like, I'm not getting a lot of new fish right now, but I've caught 100, and that's not because there aren't any new fish to catch. That's just because I know I've got it already, so I just don't want to miss it. Dang it. Hello. Okay, I'll just wait a little bit. I actually don't know how long an in-game hour is. Jesus said 15 seconds. That sounds about right. I said. Okay, it's 9 now. This is a very weird event. You have to enter at 9 so that she's loaded, but at 10 she's gone. So you have to enter on this day at this time. And I don't suppose it's stuck to year. Maybe you could do it any year. I just do it this, the second year. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, cool. So that's moon viewing. And then I just have to continue. Let me just make sure. I just have to continue taking care of. That was the 10. See, this is a lot of time to just taking care of the cow because I bought it. It was worth doing for the marathon, though. I did not want to. Yeah, the run's going fine. Yep. This is pretty much, we did all the shipping. We got the power berry, and we got the cow. So now the only major thing now is just we only have 2 more photos, I think, which is the Harvest Festival, which will be on the 25th, and the snowball fight, which will be year 3, winter 6. So I will literally sleep through this category is a lot of sleeping. It's really unfortunate. Too much more to do outside of getting the good ending that I know. Besides the photo albums, besides getting all the fish or insects, there's not too much. This one's kind of a weird middle ground. I actually kind of like GB because it has kind of a lot to it that's required for the ending at least. But this is okay. So this is the fall horse race. We declare because we've already won the horse race. You only need to win one of the horse race. And a large part of the routing of this is kind of just done for you. It's kind of nice that you get a reward 10,000 gold from the horse race, and it pretty much allows you to. Hey, thanks, Sam. Good job on your all recipes run, by the way. What was I saying? Yeah, a lot of the routing is just kind of naturally just makes sense because you're required to, at least for the photo, if you're going to do all the photos, then you're required to complete the horse race anyway. So you just get 10,000 from that, which is actually that's quite, like, it could give you 5 and it might be kind of reasonable. Might start just caring for the cow at this point. Because I've gotten it with as little I could, but I literally need the milk in my hands on the day of the Harvest Festival, which means I can only acquire the milk on the day of the festival. So it's one of those weird quirks of not having an inventory. I can't just put it in my pocket. I assume if there's a kitchen upgrade and there's a refrigerator, that, you know, or I assume that if there's a refrigerator in the game or kitchen upgrade, which I obtain because no point doing that if you can just milk the cow on the very same day and then just walk. Then you literally just walk the milk to the restaurant where you need to take it for purposes of getting the photo from the festival. Just checking the day too much. So this is definitely not going to beat my PB. I think my PB is... this would actually not be too bad of a category. Said so. Typhoon Luck, which I've already lost a few runs to. But if you do full YOLO, it wouldn't be that long before you finished a pretty good run. And then the only real variance would be how quickly you were able to get the fish on the day of... Oh, no. I kind of screwed up, actually. I haven't been brushing it. Ooh, hope this is okay. If not, can I go till... Yeah, just because you can get... Damn, I kind of screwed up. I hope this is okay. You would think it'd be okay, right? You would think you'd be able to just brush your boy a couple days and get some milk. Because you can get, it is the 24th, right? Yeah. And I'm correct, right? It's the 25th. Milk the cow, yeah. I don't know. I don't know anything about cow effect. I just need it to produce milk. What am I swapping? Oh, what? Actually, it's kind of interesting. I have that written differently, but that's okay. I have the brush, right? Okay, good. Well, I don't need to feed it. What am I doing? Okay. I don't know if talking to it affects it either. Alright, moment of truth, boys. Otherwise, we might be kind of hosed. Alright. That's what I thought. So we just need this literally in our hands, because we know him. And we take this to the restaurant on the day of. And she makes some dish with it, whatever. But I believe it has to be milk. And then we have to talk to all 4 villagers, 2 there, and then 4 in the... Yeah, I would love to see a longer category of this. It just sucks about the 10K ship count, you know. So if you don't talk to all of them, then the mayor tells you to do that. So we to the mayor, and we have ourselves a nice little dance. So this is one of the more involved festivals, or events that you actually have to do something for. So. So now we are, fortunately, going to let our cow wither. And now, no joke, we are going to sleep until the end of year 3. We have one more event to do, but it's only triggered on one day, which is one of the weird things I find about this game. It's like I said about Maria. I mean, there's not many locations to go to. It's not like the map is that. So I suppose it's not that unlikely that you'd find yourself at spots. Rip cow. Fortune teller, actually. Well, actually, maybe priest. I don't know. In the other game, she does at least. I suppose it's a church though. But so it's not inconceivable that you'd find yourself in when you needed to trigger the event. In the case of this next one, I think it's any time of day. You can certainly go there first thing in the rest of the day. But like I said, with the weird with the moon viewing, I mean, you have to go there at 9 p.m. I mean, it has to be between 9 and 10. The clock can't be at 8 and it's not like you can wait at the mountain until it turns 9 because you have to load the area when the clock says 9 o'clock. She won't just appear. It's pretty easy to get the good ending. You don't need, by the way, you don't need to get any of the photos. I should have maybe mentioned that. So I'm not getting the photos in order to get the ending. It's just kind of a neat way to add a little bit to the category so that we're doing a little bit more than just shipping 100 fish and getting a power berry. And the objectives kind of work together. Like I need to plant the grass, but it all just so happens for whatever reason that I think it might be that I'm not sure if the power berry is RNG. I think it's possible that you get it just after a certain number of tilled squares because I always get it right, and I haven't counted yet, but I always get it right near the end of tilling the 8 plots. So anyway, so you don't need the photos to do the good ending. The good ending is just 100 shipped and 1 power berry, as far as I know. But it's kind of nice to add the rest. And then, like I said, you get the horse race, and that adds into the that gets you the money. So you get the photo for the horse race. For the horse race for the photo, then you get the money from that, and then you can use that money to get the saddle and all the other stuff, which interestingly enough, you don't need the saddle to participate in the horse race. The horse just has to be mature. The saddle is just, I believe you can still ride the horse around the farm without the saddle. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can't. I'm not sure. I just know that you need the saddle to ship things. Greenhouses post game, yeah, and then so the other thing that's just kind of a drawback to compared to GBC1 or GB1 is that thank God, really really sick find by Jesus to discover that you can actually trigger credits before year 3 or before year 4 actually, but that's due to the way the game checks for the credits. Basically every year you have an event, and so it's just checking for the requirements every year, and it gives you certain things depending on what requirements you've met. But should you meet the requirements for the credits, bingo, boom, immediate credits. Whereas in this game it's like, well, have to go through year 3, which means no matter what, it's just a question of, are you doing more during the days than I am here? For a potentially more completionist category, it's just unfortunate if they're dupe, you'd literally be duping twice as much as Jesus did earlier. Jesus duped, he shipped 5,000 eggs, and as I pointed out earlier too, when he was doing his run, it's like the most convenient dupe imaginable. It's right in front of, at least for a game like, It's right in front of the shipping bin. You don't have to reset as long as you're playing on JP. If you're playing on the North American version, you kind of have to wiggle yourself around every time you dupe, which is one of the main reasons why it's so much worse. And very hard to do perfectly, so you actually end up losing a lot more time than if you were a robot. And you just can literally just mash A. And even then, it's still an hour, basically, of shipping. So 10,000, assuming that we have the exact same dupe, exact same type of dupe, we're talking 2 hours just to ship 10,000. And that's 2 hours of just mashing the A button. No joke. Now you'll see in a bit, I won't spoil it for DP, but and I mentioned a bit during Jesus' run as well that it's kind of neat, even though GB1 and GB2 kind of have their kind of quirks and they're a bit boring in certain respects. It kind of builds up nicely to GBC3, which I think not only has a lot more content, so the 100% run will be, and is much more doable in a reasonable time, a speed run time, but also has a lot of quality of life improvements, which also allow for more exploits. So it's actually kind of neat in that respect, and you don't have to sit in front of the shipping bin and just mash the A button. But these are cool, and this is a neat category, and could be reasonably competitive. I mean, it's not like it's hyper competitive no matter what, but it's just, yeah, I really encourage even those of you. I appreciate everybody who's sticking around despite the boring nature of the last two runs. Not say boring, but just that, yeah, they're a bit. There's certainly some downtime, but I strongly encourage everybody to tune into Desert's run in just a little bit. I hope he's ready. I assume he's lurking somewhere because he had to. I told him how long this was going. This is a lot shorter. I submitted this just like Jesus. I submitted this without knowing I hadn't completed a run yet, and I had forgotten that the ship count wasn't 1,000. It was so. Okay, nice. Yeah, he's on it. He's on it. Yeah, and I like to just talk obviously about Harvest Moon and stuff. So. I'm literally just sleeping until the end of the game. I have one more event. I mean, probably, I don't know, 5 minutes. So I won't PB, but it's close. I think my PB's. I saved a lot. It could be higher than that. And I should have to. It's there's one more event on Winter 6. And then I sleep till the end. And I'm yeah. I know I got all my shipping in. I will just be careful. I won't save on the 30th or on the 29th just so I have again, you would think this is winter, not winter. Just in case I need to ship more fish, because I have missed it by before. I've also made it by one before. So it's kind of hard to count fish. It would be easy to count. Obviously hard to count 5,000. You're gonna stop eventually. So it's good Jesus did kind of his timing strat, which is very smart. But for fish, obviously you can't do the timing strat because variable. The boot or the can, and I suppose it didn't explain the fishing. Basically, as soon as you cast, you can't reel in until you see the fishing pole do the little shake animation. It just has a little kind of line around it. Oh, thanks for the follow. These days I've been doing mostly. I've been kind of inactive for a long time, but lately I've been running Pokemon Sapphire again, which is kind of my main dig, or has been. historically, I suppose. But I do tend toward Harvest Moon these days. I want to get back into streams in the near future where cracking, hopefully, the mysteries, the remaining mysteries of the affection system, which have kind of confused me at least, for the last year or so. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so you gotta wait for the little animation. Actually, I think if you try and reel in any time that it's not making that animation, because it kind of goes on and off on a, you know, I should have just let it sit, but basically it goes from plain to shaking reliably. There's no random make time as early as it does that. And then as long as you do that, you always pull up, whether it's a fish, or garbage, basically. Okay, so this is winter now. That's funny, FF14. Wait. I can't miss this. Okay, so this is the last photo. Crap, it's this one. Snowball fight photo, so we just have to mash it. So there's that. That's our last photo, so now we will sleep until... And I'll show you the photos. Might as well. After the credits, I can... I assume there's time for that, just so everybody... Actually, I could do it now. Because you don't actually get a photo for the... Maybe I'll do that, actually. I actually want to double check, make sure I got them all as well. Just not anything I can do now if I do. It can be a bit, I feel like, hard to follow if you're just watching. You kind of just take my word for it that I'm getting photos. You know. But yeah, so anyway, I do mostly play Sapphire these days. I've been doing runs, but anyway, but big thanks to everybody kind of working behind the scenes. I have done absolutely nothing to help except prepare this run, which was really not very difficult, but I'm happy to participate, even if it's just playing a kind of a ad hoc category like this. I primarily like Save the Homeland. I don't have my access to my console right now, otherwise I would have loved to do a run of that game or one of the endings. Yeah, I know the whole Gen 8 debate was very but I love Save the Homeland. Today's the 29th. I guess I'll wait, say Monday. Tuesday. So you can just kind of see. So yeah, so this is the. Oh, so I guess you either just. I don't know, but yeah. So this is the fish, and then here's the album. So this is the cherry blossom, moon viewing, harvest festival, snowball fight, horse race, birthday, and that's all of them. Just so everybody, you know, just for me, and so that this was not going to be anyway. Anyway, so thanks everybody. But that was almost all the photos in this game. Neutral ending. You could do almost all photos bad ending. It just wouldn't really. I don't know if you wanted to. A lot of arbitrary categories you could make in any. This one's fairly sensible, I think.